dragging it out, dragging it out, dragging it out, and you know, it must be hell in there, mustn't it?
And how do you feel about the conditions of him in the prison currently?
Well, it sounds like he's having a really rough time, yeah. You know, he was, they've got a suicide line in the prison that he was using on a regular basis, and they've kept him in there. It's about 2.5 years now, is it? And, you know, why do you keep a gentle person like that in a top security prison? You know, what's the point? What's that about? Unless you want to, you know, what they say, torture him and make an example to fear for other people who want to do the same sort of thing. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, you know.
What do you think of the outcome for today will be? Do you think he'll get freed or extradited?
Well, even if they go against the Americans and uphold the earlier decision not to extradite, the Americans can still go ahead and appeal yet again and string it out and string it out. So, you know, the best we can hope for is that in a few weeks' time that these guys agree with the earlier decision not to extradite, and that the Americans come to their senses and say, okay, enough's enough, let's drop it. But it's just doing American interests a lot of damage, in my opinion, because in the end, the ordinary people are going to start to wake up to what's going on here. That, you know, they've been treating this person rather badly, and that they're threatening press freedom big time, and that really doesn't look good for America. You know, when that guy, that Chinese artist Huawei, comes out and says, "Don't you talk about Chinese prisoners, political prisoners, when you're keeping Assange, you know, you're no better than them." It's just a huge embarrassment for America, and this time they woke up and saw that. Anyway.
What do you think this means for journalism, the whole Assange situation?
It's really bad news, isn't it? That, you know, anyone else who's thinking of leaking information about what we do in our wars is, you know, could be facing 175 years in prison, because they know they can throw this Patriot Act at them. And even if they're not an American citizen, no matter where they are in any corner of the world, if you leak a dirty secret, the Americans, they can pack you up, get you over to America and put you in prison for the rest of your life, in a really nasty prison. You know, so who's going to be brave enough to, you know, whose conscience is going to be big enough when you see ugly things going on? Are you going to say, yeah, but, you know, the rest of my life in almost conditions of torture, if I tell the truth? No, I'll keep quiet.
Do you think that Assange should have been jailed, or do you think he should have just been set free straight away?
I think it would be nice to rewrite history and say for the Swedes to have promised that they wouldn't extradite him if he went back to place the charges over there. But, you know, I can't rewrite history. It's clear now that America, right from the start, have been able to get him, even before the Swedish thing. They were bribing people to tell lies. They've used every excuse to blacken his name. You know, he's done some wrong stuff, there's no doubt about it, but it's nowhere in the league of what they've thrown at him and what the media have jumped on the bandwagon and exaggerated it into.
How do you feel about how the media presented the story?
It's shocking, really. You know, it's you know, the kind of rich guys, establishment figures who own most of the media, their interest is to keep people like Assange quiet. And so the journalists who work for them know that. They know what side their bread's buttered. They're not going to rock the boat. So it's...
Thank you.